On the Talkback Show, on the radio, or whatever audio-visual device you choose to use. Welcome to the GBC Podcast, where we talk about the Packers in our hometown of Green Bay. We are the official podcast of the Lot 1 Tailgate Party, which is at Lambeau Field every home game. This is episode 139, created May 25th, 2026. I'm John. I'm in Appleton, Wisconsin. Along with me, Jeff in Minnesota and Neil on the East Coast. Say hello, gentlemen, and tell us what you're drinking.
Hello, gentlemen. With the recent release of the Packers schedule, the Packers will be doing a lot of traveling this year. But I can tell you one place they're not going, Wyoming. So tonight I'm having Wyoming whiskey.
Champions again, ole, ole. Champions again, ole, ole. Champions again, champions again. Champions again, ole, ole. I'm hoping for that same championship vibe for this Packers season, and the first step towards doing that is doing it in the regular season. I'm having a Twisted Iron Craft Brewing's YKMF, and I will leave it to your imagination to determine what that stands for.
Neil, make sure you get a picture of that can over to me as well, okay? And the name of my drink, it's a dark rum coffee drink called Secret Place, because for the next 30 minutes or so, the location of the GBC road trip is a secret place, but we will tell you about that in just a bit. You can find us on YouTube and Twitter at Green Bay Chat and Facebook at the GBC Podcast Green Bay Chat. And just the audio is available on Apple Podcasts as well as Spotify by searching for Green Bay Chat. Our episode is the 2026 Packers schedule. And yes, we will reveal where the GBC road trip is going. Jeff, are you excited for the road trip?
Ecstatic.
Neil, you're excited to find out where we're going this year?
Well, I'm ecstatic about everything this week. I've had one of my best sports week ever. Really, Super Bowl 31 is the only thing that's comparable. And the reason why this is delayed is because I was in London for the weekend enjoying all things Arsenal. So yes, I will get to the point that I'm ecstatic about where we're going, but I'm in a different world of football high right now.
Yeah, you've done a little bit of traveling so far, haven't you? It's like Neil's getting his miles in.
I happened to get a ticket to the Arsenal last home game of the season. There was a period where we thought we might win the title there, but we ended up, because of results, not. Had a fabulous match against Burnley. I sat in the upper deck. The team did a lap of appreciation afterwards. The bar scene, everything about the stadium, there was just a love within the Arsenal fans. But we weren't over the line yet. We either needed to win the following week or we needed Manchester City to lose or draw. And the next night, I was in a bar in London and the magic happened. And we were ecstatic, chanting throughout the entire match, spilled over, went to the Emirates afterwards. 100,000 people showing up outside the Emirates on a random Tuesday night. It was amazing. Afterglow afterwards. I've been so happy. Went to New York, celebrated us lifting the trophy, and going back to London this week because Arsenal play in the Champions League final, and then Arsenal's parade is the next day. This is the height of sports. This is why you're a sports fan. And yes, this all relates back to the Packers because I want this feeling for the Packers again.
All right, so we are on the road to Super Bowl 61, and Neil is getting ecstatic for that. But in the meantime, we have to take a look at the Green Bay Packers schedule. It was on May 14th. The NFL announced the schedule. And another one of those things, like people get all excited for the reading of names over 3 days. Jeff, here it was again. It's the reading of a schedule. What dates?
Yeah.
But the reading of a schedule is even dumber because we know who all the teams are, right?
Right.
Well, not only that, but it was over 2 nights because it was Wednesday night where it was the international games.
International games. Yep.
And then the domestic games were the next night. So yeah.
But really it's being on Twitter and getting all of the leaks and just sort of the excitement. Like by the time the schedule's actually released, it's like, you know what it is. It's like the buzz is during the day of, oh, we got this. Oh, maybe we're playing this. Oh, maybe the bye week's going to be here. It's all of the little Tetris pieces moving around. And eventually you get the schedule like, well, that's great. And we can talk about it. But the excitement of getting there is part of the fun.
But you know, the NFL and all of their advertisers love every minute of what we love because they are getting their money's worth. And here we are still 2 weeks later, ready to talk about it and what the schedule means. So we're going to go through the 18-week schedule. At this point, we're not going to be picking winners, losers. We're not doing any predictions here. Really, we're going to talk a little bit more about how fakakta this schedule is because it is kind of a crazy home schedule. Let's say the home schedule anyway is just, it's out there. The preseason though, real quick, Neil, let's take a look at this because you're excited that the one preseason home game
Not a green package game.
Against Arizona is not a green package game. That's a gold package game. So the Packers will be at Pittsburgh. And who's in Pittsburgh now? Mike McCarthy, Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers probably won't play, but McCarthy's going to coach that game, right?
Probably.
Sure. I'm not excited about going to a preseason game, even with Mike McCarthy on the sideline.
And we were just in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is a lovely city. If you want to go watch a Packer game in Pittsburgh, we highly recommend it.
The reason to go to Pittsburgh for a preseason game is not for a NFL preseason game, though. It's because Pittsburgh's PNC Park is the best modern ballpark in Major League Baseball. It's a fabulous place along the water to watch a game. The Pirates are playing the Red Sox. The Red Sox stink. You'll have a good time going to Pittsburgh and just walking over the bridge, going to the game. It's right against the water. You've got a view of the skyline. Great place to watch a baseball game.
And you bring up a good point there, Neil, because then the second preseason game is at Denver. We've done the Denver road trip. The new Mile High Stadium, or whatever they're calling it now, is a beautiful place to watch football. But the Colorado Rockies are in town that week as well. So if you're down, get a place near Blake Street, and you've got either the Dodgers earlier in the week or the Cleveland Indians later in the week for the Rockies to play. So yeah, you can mix your sports on those two weekends. It could be some good preseason road trips.
Yeah, my brother's bachelor party was in part at Coors Field, and yeah, it's a lovely setting for baseball.
And then, as we said, Arizona, Neil, is a gold package game for the preseason. You don't have to pay for that one.
Oh, thank God. It's just a guaranteed loss every single year, and now I don't have to plan for that.
So that means there are 9 regular season home games. Only 2 of the regular season home games will be gold package games. We'll talk about those. But the start of the season, Jeff, it's the Packers in Minnesota, Sunday, September 13th. It's a 3:25 matchup. It's the season opener. It's a division game. Are we doing a Minneapolis road trip this time around, Jeff?
I will be here. So, John, keeping that baseball theme, the Twins are home that weekend as well.
Right.
So, you know what? Go to Target Field, see a Twins game.
Stay at the Embassy Suites.
Who do they play, though?
Play the Cleveland Guardians.
Oh, you could get as many Cleveland Guardian games in as you want.
So yeah, Jeff, we could stay at the Embassy Suites right in downtown by the Bob Dylan mural and take the light rail one direction to US Bank Stadium, the light rail the other way to Target Field. We could have a great weekend there. Does it matter whether Kyler Murray or JJ McCarthy is starting for the Vikings that game?
Nope.
No, they're going to have a rough season, right? Either way, you don't want to go. Okay.
Triumphant Vikings fans are the worst Vikings fans, and opening day is when they're actually going to have hope. And we want to visit Minnesota at a time when they have absolutely no hope. That's not opening day.
All right. Let's move on to week 2. Week 2 is Sunday, September 20th. It is a noon Central Time matchup, 1 p.m. local time at the New York Jets. It is the Jets home opener. Week 1, they're playing at Tennessee. Now, the Jets with Geno Smith at quarterback, their big number 2 overall draft pick in David Bailey at edge. I think they have high hopes for him. The Jets could be coming off of a win in week 1 in what could be a dismal season for them, Neil. Jets fans could be excited in week 2.
Jets fans always have irrational exuberance. That's part of what I love about Jets fans.
And either way, you're going to go to this game, right?
Absolutely. It's an easy trek for me to get up to MetLife Stadium, and I can't see any situation in which I'm not at that game.
And then take in a Mets game on Saturday as well?
It's a huge series between the Mets and the Phillies. Now, both teams are struggling right now. The Mets at least have shown signs of hope. But yeah, Mets-Phillies, one of the biggest series, huge rivals between these teams, and they will be fun games to go to if there's anything at stake.
And it's already been posted, Neil, Saturday night in Manhattan, Kettle of Fish, Packers party.
The greatest Packers bar outside of Green Bay.
All right, so Neil's definitely going to be at that one. Could it be the GBC road trip where Jeff and I will join him? Jeff, we'll find out soon. That brings us to week 3, and it is a short turnaround week. Neil, we don't like this being on the road and then 4 days later having to play a Thursday night matchup. It's a Thursday night 7:15 matchup. The Atlanta Falcons come in for the home opener. The Lot 1 tailgate party will be in full effect that night, but it's 4 days rest. And for someone who's got the green package tickets, are you making it to the home opener, Neil?
John, I am not going to be able to make it because Thursday night games are going to be tough for me this semester. And yeah, I think that's a general disappointment because there's nothing like a Sunday noon home opener. There's just a different feel for those games. And I guess the only thing positive I can say about this is, well, at least we get Atlanta off the schedule.
I kind of like Thursday night better than Monday night too. I mean, it's we're waiting for that home opener, and it's going to come at the beginning of week 3 rather than the end of week 3 if they're getting a primetime matchup for the home opener. So after that 4-day rest, they'll get a little bit of a rest after that, but it's October 4th for week 4, a noon matchup. Now this is the Bay of Pigs Classic, right? It's Sunday, it's noon, it's the Packers, it's the Buccaneers. The last time the Green Bay Packers were in Tampa was October 18th of 2020 when Tom Brady was quarterback for the Buccaneers. Green Bay lost that game 38-10. 6 years in the waiting to get a win in Tampa. And could it be part of the GBC road trip, Jeff?
Well, Florida in early October sounds like it could be a possibility.
I love Tampa in the Bay Area, and you've got the beach. The cities themselves are very vibrant, great food. It's a place that, of course, you'd love to go.
Sure. Tampa, St. Pete on the Gulf in October. We could get our toes in the sand, get our toes in the water. Neil, could we rent a boat?
We can indeed rent a boat there too, John.
Oh my. It sounds like Tampa is a front runner. We'll keep that one on the list here. And you know what that means? It means that after that, we're going to stay in division, come back to Green Bay. Sunday, October 11th, 3:25 matchup. It's Bears week. Chicago Bears coming to Green Bay, but Neil, it's a gold package game.
Yeah, unfortunate because I really want to see our revenge against the Bears after last season. And well, I mean, at least we get to play the Bears on a Sunday. I think it's going to be a really good environment. I think if it's a gold package game, not having a night game is good. And so I think it's going to be a great atmosphere. I don't think there are going to be many gold package tickets that are actually sold to Bears fans. There will be Bears fans there just because it's local enough for them. But I think it's going to be a really fun day at Lambeau.
That revenge factor, huge. I'm sure that when the schedule came out, the Packers circled that and said, we've got to win this game.
Neil, when we talk about all the leaks coming out online, it was funny how many people failed to remember that in 2024, all 3 division games were gold package games. Just 2 years ago, people upset that the Packers-Bears game, again, a gold package game this year. The other thing that's interesting about that weekend, Saturday, October 10th, is the birthday of one Brett Lorenzo Favre.
Brett Favre with his Brenton Cox 57th birthday.
57th birthday, yes. He's slightly older than the 3 of us. All right. And not only is it going to be Bears week, but it gets even more interesting because the other hated foe of the Green Bay Packers, I don't know about you guys, but boy, I just do not like the Dallas Cowboys. Sunday, October 18th, it's going to be a nighttime matchup, 7:20 p.m. Back to the Green Package. Finally, Neil, a chance for you to get into Green Bay, but it is Sunday night football. Now, this is the Packers-Cowboys. Last season, it was a tie, 40-40. Last time the Cowboys were in Lambeau Field, 2022 was the year. Mike McCarthy was the head coach. We have the famous throwing of the headset picture that graced social media as Green Bay won that game 31-28. No Mike McCarthy, but the Packers-Cowboys kind of just historically, this is a game to go to.
It's going to be a fabulous night at Lambeau, and I can live with this one being a Sunday night game because that means the fans are going to get more and more buzzed during the day. It's going to be a great atmosphere at Lambeau.
And Jeff, that's right around your birthday. You've got to be there.
In addition to that, John, this might be the return of Micah Parsons. So
exactly
a little must-see TV on Sunday night. Micah coming back, facing his old team.
Do you think the schedule makers looked at the recovery schedule when putting this together? Is that what you're saying, Jeff?
That's exactly what I'm saying, John.
There are fingers on the scale when they put the schedule together. You're accusing the benevolent National Football League of doing something like that, Jeffrey, all in the name of ratings for Sunday night football? My goodness.
Yep.
All right. After a pair of home games, the Packers will go back on the road. It'll be Sunday, October 25th, a 3:25 matchup at Ford Field. It's a division game. Detroit, Neil, I believe you still have not yet been to Ford Field.
I have not, and quite frankly, I'm not so interested going right now because the Lions fans have the same thing that the Bears fans had after the fourth quarter of the playoff game last year. They just sort of have this feel that they've been this fan base that is one of the greatest ever, and fuck the Packers. They become mean. They become more like Eagles fans, and I don't like mean fans, and the Lions fans need to be punched in the face a few times and drop back down to where the Lions are supposed to be so the fans might become reasonable again.
So We're not going to Detroit.
All right, Detroit is not making the Final Four for this episode. After that, it is another 4-day turnaround going from a road game in Detroit to a Thursday night home game. It is week 8, October 29th, 7:15 p.m. Thursday night. The Carolina Panthers come into town. Neil, it's the second Thursday home game of the season. Another green package matchup, again on 4 days rest.
I'm going with the same theme. It's going to be a good way to get Carolina off the schedule. Obviously, I'm not happy about the Thursday night games. I will not be at this one.
Now, Carolina last season is one that many fans put a W next to and thought that the Packers should have won that game that they lost 16-13 on November 2nd. Remember, Carolina ended up winning the NFC South and being a playoff team. Jeff, are they going to be an improved team this year? Is this worthy of a primetime matchup?
Well, whether it is or not, we're going to be seeing it in prime time, John.
The fun thing about this is the Halloween game.
Yeah.
And when I put together playlists for the Lot 1 tailgate party, Halloween is one of my favorite ones. So I'm looking forward to this being our Halloween game on Thursday, October 29th.
Yeah, hoping for good weather, nice warm nights, late October in Green Bay. Could be a very fun game.
All right, now the schedule starts to get crazy. This is where we talk about the month of November. November is kind of bonkers. It starts out pretty normal, though, on Sunday, November 8th. So a long rest after that Thursday game. Packers go on the road. It's the late matchup, Neil, the 4:25 window for you up in New England.
The game is in the East Coast, so it will be played at 4:25, as it turns out.
Now, I think back to our great guests with the Foxborough Fellows and Pete and Divish. And we asked Pete point blank, should we go to this game? And he flat out said, no, he does not want us to go to Boston. Why doesn't he want us there?
Because Packers fans are loud. Packers fans travel well. He doesn't want his stadium taken over by Packers traveling fans, which to me sounds like a good reason to do it.
But he did say if we went, we'd be welcome, right?
Yeah, and Boston's a great city as well. I lived there for 3 years, and I've never been to Foxborough, and this seems like a kind of good weather thing. It's not like you're going to get to shitty weather yet. And New England's going to be an interesting team this year, right? The team that loses the Super Bowl often has a hangover the following season. And yes, they think, well, we're on this rise, we're going to come back like the old Patriots again. But I don't know. And you get the Vrabel controversy as well. And I don't know. Hopefully we get Diana Rossini, who's at the game as well.
The last time that Green Bay played in New England was November 4th, 2018. The Packers lost that game 31-17. That was a Brady-Rodgers matchup. This year, it would be a Jordan Love-Drake May matchup. Jeff, doesn't have the same luster to it, does it?
No. Good quarterbacks, but not Hall of Fame quarterbacks, at least not yet.
Yeah. But we're going to put this one in the Final Four. New England could be the GBC road trip. All right, it brings us back to Green Bay then. November 15th, a noon game. It is a Sunday noon matchup. Hey, we're old enough to remember when they were all Sunday noon games, right?
Yes.
Just remember back to the early 90s. We were ecstatic the Packers made one Monday night football game. It's, yes, there's a Monday night. This is especially important for me living on the East Coast. It's like that's like the only time I would have a chance to see the Packers on television. And
yeah, or the
different world right now.
The classic Sunday night game in November of 1993 when the Broncos came to town and the games were still on TNT network and Reggie White had 3 sacks at the end of the game. Boy, that was the beginning, wasn't it? And yes, the Green Bay Packers belong in prime time. But this one, Jeff, the Minnesota Vikings, a Packers-Vikings classic Sunday noon game. But Neil, alas, it is a gold package game.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate because November games are often really good. Like the weather is still good in early November. Noontime, it's going to be a festive atmosphere. You don't yet have the interference of hunting season or anything like that. To me, late October, early November games are the heart of the Packers season as far as when it really just is so pleasant to go to Lambeau Field, and yet there's so much that you're playing for as well.
So is that why they scheduled a bye then the next week?
Yeah, week 11 with the bye in there. And this is where, like I said, that schedule gets kind of crazy from October 29th all the way to December 13th even. It's just crazy how much time there is in between green package games from October 29th to December 13th. And then even November is weird, right? We play on the 8th, we play on the 15th, we get a bye. And then comes week 12. For just the second time in the storied franchise of the Green Bay Packers, will they be playing a game on a Wednesday, November 25th, 7 p.m., and I believe a first for the National Football League. Thanksgiving Eve at the Los Angeles Rams. 10 days of rest, though, for the Green Bay Packers. And this is one of those things that becomes interesting because the Rams are not noted for having a strong home crowd presence. Packers fans travel well, but Neil, this is right in the middle of deer season.
And it's the day before Thanksgiving as well. And I think just because people love Thanksgiving, you're going to have a lot fewer people traveling the day before Thanksgiving than you might normally. And that's too bad because LA would be a fabulous place to watch a game.
So it is a no for the GBC Podcast road trip. We will not be going to the Rams, but I want to harken back to 1938, the last time the Green Bay Packers played on a Wednesday. On Sunday, September 25th of 1938, the Green Bay Packers played against the Chicago Cardinals in Milwaukee, a game that the Packers won 28-7. And then just 3 days later, on Wednesday, September 28th, those same Packers and Cardinals played, but the game was held in Buffalo, where the Packers won 24-22. Now, back in those days, the team traveled by train and the fans traveled with the team. Now, think of the team train that went from Green Bay to Milwaukee, Milwaukee through Chicago to Buffalo. Most likely both teams and both teams' fans were on that train. Why do we not have more stories about the 1938 Green Bay Packers road trip to Buffalo from Milwaukee?
We do have a history segment now and again, so I think that's probably a really good topic, John.
Jeff, you have some research you need to do. I want to know more about that 1938 road trip in September over to Buffalo to play the Cardinals 2 games in a row. Could it be as awesome as a GBC Podcast road trip? Possibly even better. Who knows? But yeah, I definitely want to know more about that one. And then again, with that game, it's the Wednesday game. So it's the first game of week 12, 3 games on Thanksgiving. There's a Black Friday game. I don't know. Did they put a Saturday? They may as well just put a Saturday game up and take every fucking day of the week because that's what they're trying to do. That, I mean, the NFL clearly dominates ratings, and that's what this is all about.
But the important thing here is there's not a single game that is going to have any overlap whatsoever with deer hunting. The Wednesday night game means you go, you post until dark, you head to the tavern, and you watch the Packers after you're there. You don't have to worry about, well, we're going to skip out early so we can watch the Packers play in the afternoon. None of that BS. You don't have to travel to Green Bay for a game. The whole hunting season is free because the Packers only overlap once, and it's not during the day.
Yeah, season will start on the 21st. What would be the 22nd game is the bye week, right? And then the following Sunday, obviously, because they're playing Wednesday night. Yeah, hey, you got it. Neil, you should get a buck this year then because you're going to spend so much more time in the woods looking for those deer. So, yep, if he doesn't get it, it's on him this year. He cannot blame his travel. And again, a big break then for the Green Bay Packers because then they get to travel on the road from the Rams to New Orleans, going to the city of New Orleans on Sunday, December 6th. It's a noon matchup for week 13. And the last time the Packers played at the Superdome was September 27th of 2020. The Packers won that game 37-30. But the last time we played at New Orleans was in 2021. That was that game that got moved over to Jacksonville that the Packers lost in week 1, 38-3. What's the other thing that's important about the Superdome? Yeah, it was the site of Super Bowl 31. You think Packer fans want to go to New Orleans to watch the Packers play football?
You should want to go to New Orleans for any reason. The food is fabulous. The people are great. It's a very open atmosphere, obviously heavy drinking, and also great music. There's nothing not to love about New Orleans.
And early December in New Orleans could be mild, could be temperate, could be a good time to travel, unless there's some weird French holiday that we don't know about, like Le Cinquième du Décembre. It could be a good time in New Orleans. Are we putting it on the list?
Absolutely.
All right. It is making the Final Four. New Orleans is a possibility. And now the good part of the schedule comes in. 4 of the last 5 games in the city of Green Bay, starting with Sunday, December 13th. It's a Sunday night football matchup for week 14. The Buffalo Bills come to Green Bay.
I'm hoping that some of the people we met in Buffalo are going to be at that game and I think there's a perfect parallel structure about it being a Sunday night game. We lost that Sunday night game 4 years ago in Buffalo. I'm looking forward to winning that Sunday night game, but I'm looking forward to having some great fans. I really hope that Buffalo travels well. I am not one of those Packers fans who hopes that nobody from Buffalo shows up. It's going to be a great atmosphere, and the visiting fans will make it a better atmosphere.
John, are you going to bring an extra table?
I think he needs a few more than just one.
Hey, 2022, right? We went to Buffalo. We know that the Buffalo fans travel well, and I'm sure when December rolls around, we'll revisit the 2018 Buffalo trip to Green Bay, in which Scott sold a folding table for $40 to some Buffalo fans for them to jump off the little concrete blocks and land on. And interestingly enough, we'll celebrate Scott's birthday at the Lot 1 tailgate party. His birthday is December 1st, so that being the closest home game. Again, looking for a Sunday night, a night game, a disco ball, tailgate party, Scott's birthday. I think that's going to be a great game with Buffalo coming to town. And like you said, Neil, yeah, we hope some of the people we met in Buffalo can make their way to Green Bay for that matchup.
Sunday night game, two heavy drinking cultures. This is clearly going to be the number one game of the season for alcohol consumption.
That's right. And don't plan on any work productivity on Monday, December 14th. All right. The Green Bay Packers stay at home as they continue to play the NFC East. It's Buffalo in week 14, and then the Miami Dolphins. It's a Sunday noon matchup, Sunday, December 20th in week 15, and it is the return of Malik Willis and whoever that guy is that became head coach of the Dolphins as well.
Warm weather team coming up to Lambeau. I think the schedule makers here kind of gave us a little break.
You know, Miami's got to be pissed about this because they have traditionally been coming up in cold weather into Green Bay. Green Bay is 4-0 in the last four matchups, 2014, 2018, 2022, and 2024. And then those last two games were holiday games, Thanksgiving and Christmas. So this is not a holiday game on December 20th, technically, right? Because Christmas is a week later. But the last time that Green Bay lost to Miami in Green Bay, I was at this game. It was on October 17th, 2010. Green Bay lost that game 23-20 in overtime. I specifically remember talking to my friend Ryan on the way out saying, you know, I really don't feel bad about this loss. I think this is going to be a good season. The Green Bay Packers won Super Bowl 45 that year, the last time that they lost to Miami in Green Bay. It was a magical season for sure.
This is also the only scheduled Sunday noon game for Green Package fans. The first four were all night games. The game against the Texans is a night game. Detroit games is who knows when it's going to be. This is possibly the only Sunday noon game for Green Package fans this year. And so there's going to be a little bit of extra excitement for this game.
And it's ramping up on holiday week as we move into week 16. The Green Bay Packers are playing at Chicago at noon on Christmas Day, Friday, December 25th. Another short turnaround here as the Packers have the Christmas Day matchup, 5 days on the road to Chicago. Do you guys want to go to Chicago for Christmas?
No.
Okay. Well, I'll take it off the list.
Although I'm ecstatic that is not a home game because I hate Christmas home games. So we don't have to go travel anywhere. We'll just have to open presents a little bit earlier. But I think it's going to be a fun game. But I hate Christmas games.
I'm on the other side of that coin, though, Neil. Sorry. I like the holiday games. Give me Thanksgiving. Give me Christmas. I'm okay with it. I'm immensely curious about the Thanksgiving Eve game because that's a drinking night for back in college, right?
For everyone.
Everybody comes home for Thanksgiving, right?
The number one night of the year for drunk driving?
For going out,
gosh,
because
probably.
Generally people don't have to work the next day. So everybody goes out.
It's also a good night for ordering pizza. If you're a pizza delivery driver, you're going to make money the night before Thanksgiving. So add a football game into that. It could be a good night as well. All right. So after Chicago, we're going to finish up the season. There are two home games in January. You know, there was a time where January football meant something. Now we're still two regular season games in January. The first one being Monday, January 4th. It is a Monday night matchup. And the Houston Texans, boy, imagine being a warm weather team having to come to Green Bay and play a Monday night matchup in January in 2027.
Yeah, but think about the fans as well. Do you really want unnecessary night games in January? Like playoff games, sure, different story, but do I need a regular season game to be on night in January? No, I really don't, but it'll be fun. It's going to be a good night. I'm almost certainly going to be here for that game. So it's a game that potentially has significant playoff implications if both teams do what we expect that they're going to do this year. So it should be a thrilling matchup between two top young quarterbacks, and bring it on. I'm looking forward to the excitement of some of the challenges we have in the games this season.
Well, and strangely, this is the first Monday night game, week 17, that the Packers have on their schedule. Warm weather, dome team, bring it on. It's a night game, Neil, so I think you'll be able to kind of warm up ahead of time. It could be just fine.
Green Bay is 5-1 all time against the Houston Texans. The last time Houston was in Green Bay, October 20th, 2024. You'll remember that 24-22 Packers win as the Brandon McManus game. And he's already gone. I mean, less than 2 years later, the guy who saved the 24 season effectively, winning that game against Houston, and already out of town. And we are looking at some young kickers to now come to the rescue for the 2026 season.
Yeah, pissing away a couple of regular season games and then a playoff game because you can't make kicks kind of will do that.
And then finally, week 18, it's TBD on the schedule. It could be Saturday, January 9th, could be Sunday, January 10th, but it is a division matchup as the Detroit Lions come into town. 2 home games to finish the season, 4 of the last 5 in Green Bay. It's an interesting schedule in that sense. Green package, Neil, to end the season, but also a game where I kind of like the way the NFL has been doing this. And this is going on about 8 years, 10 years now, where the last game of the season, and sometimes even the last 2 games, are divisional games.
And a possibility that the Packers will play on every day of the week except for Tuesday. So if the schedule gods say, okay, we're going to schedule the Packers on Saturday that weekend, they will play every day but Tuesday this year.
Jeff, that's cute, but since we play Monday Night Football, I really, really, really hope that you're wrong about this one because I do not want a major game on 5 days.
Yeah, Monday to Saturday. Yeah. Well, there's already 5 days from Miami to Chicago, and there's 2 4-day rest games in there as well. Like I said, the schedule is messed up in that way. I mean, this is a difficult schedule, not even just talking about strength of schedule of the opponents, but just schedule, I think, obviously for fans, Neil.
My fellow Green Package ticket holders are not pleased with this schedule because 5 of our 6 scheduled games are night games. Obviously, we don't know when the Detroit game is. And of these 6 primetime games that are scheduled, 5 of them are Green Package. So there's the positive thing of, well, you're going to get to see things on TV for the Green Package games. But yeah, it's not great for the fans who are actual season ticket holders in the Green Package.
Well, and there's not a lot of flow to the schedule either. Sunday to Sunday to Sunday to Sunday. That's not the case here at all. It's this short week, long week, short week, long week, short week, long week. It's not only going to probably take a toll on the players, but the coaching staff and things like that, getting the players ready. This is a challenge.
Matt LaFleur is going to have to get out of his script of we do things this way every single week because this is a schedule that's going to demand flexibility.
And not just some long weeks, Jeff, but long months. I mean, there's the anomaly in November between the Patriots game and the Rams game, November 8th to November 25th. That's 17 games, 3 games in 17 days. But you have a big break before the Patriots game, big break after the Rams game. So the stretch there from October 29th at home against the Panthers until December 6th in New Orleans. Again, that's a full month, more than a full month with just 3 games in it. And they're all crammed into 17 days. And the bye is in there as well, strangely enough.
And it's a strange game overall for the home versus road balance because 4 of our last 5 games are at home, 4 of them all of Green Package. And the fact that we've got 4 home games between the middle of December and early January is something that is definitely going to be a weather test. And obviously we're hoping it's going to be 6 home games out of 7 from the middle of December through the end of January. That's a lot of intense Packers football at Lambeau Field. Looking forward to it.
4 out of 5 at home to end the season, but 3 out of 4 on the road to start the season is interesting as well with the short week there for Atlanta. But Jeff, I think you're right about that. You look at that schedule there and you're like, hey, Green Bay is kind of getting it easy here. The 3 road games in Minnesota, New York, and Tampa. Not saying that they are going to be a cakewalk, but definitely week 5 and week 6, Chicago and Dallas, when all of your key players are expected to be back from injury.
You're right, John. So when we get Micah Parsons back, it's going to be amazing.
Ideally, right? Barring any setbacks. Yeah,
that's true. But you know what? He's making good progress, and you got to know that he wants to perform really, really well and just stick it to his old team.
And of course, the other game that he could come back would be the previous week against the Bears. And to have Micah Parsons return against our biggest historical rival is also perfect timing. And honestly, I'd like to see that and not be able to see it in person and have Parsons be the person who makes the difference as far as pushing the Bears down to where the Bears deserve to be.
And when he walks on the field, if he's starting either one of those games, he's going to get probably a bigger ovation than he did last year on opening weekend.
It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
Yes, fully expect the Sunday night game against Dallas to introduce the defensive starters to open up that
That's
pregame
a safe
there.
bet, John. Yep.
Yeah, but even those two games, the Bears and the Cowboys, I mean, barring any setbacks, you've got Parsons coming back. You've got Tucker Kraft back and healthy. Zach Tom is ready to go. Your rookies hopefully are in full swing now. Yeah, Brandon Cisse ready to go. And the passing game, the offense is doing well. So, yeah, that's a great spot where Green Bay hopefully hitting their stride. The only downside to it, Neil, that Bears game being a gold package game. So we're going to have to rely on our friends in Milwaukee to step up for that late afternoon game, getting up here to Green Bay to go to the Packers versus the Bears. And yeah, I'm sure we'll see a lot of Chicago people. They probably have that circled on their calendar for their road trip game. It's time for us to circle our calendar for our road trip game. The 4 finalists are, gentlemen, week 2 at the New York Jets. And Neil's already said he's going no matter what. Maybe we're going with him. Week 4 at beautiful Tampa, Florida for the Tampa Bay matchup. Week 9, sunny Boston, actually Foxborough, Massachusetts, and the New England Patriots. Or it could be week 13 in the crazy French December holiday and the New Orleans Saints. Gentlemen, the votes are in, and your winner is
New Orleans.
13, the New Orleans Saints.
It's going to be great to return to New Orleans. It's going to be great to have some fun. There is no doubt that you're going to have some fun. Laissez les bon temps rouler is all of the theme of New Orleans, and there's nothing about New Orleans that isn't fun. It's a perfect destination for a road trip. I've never seen a game there. I don't think either of you gentlemen has even been there. Returning to the site of Super Bowl 31, it's a festive atmosphere. I cannot wait.
Are we going to have trouble finding a hotel between Bourbon Street and the stadium, Neil? Is that going to be tricky?
John, as long as it's got someplace to stumble into and out of, that's all I care about.
So, John, not only am I excited about the Packer game in New Orleans, I've never been to Louisiana. I've been to a lot of states, haven't been to Louisiana. Get to go to New Orleans. And perhaps lost in this whole thing is we get to practice our French. Make Mr. France proud.
We may speak un peu de français. Oui.
Un peu de français.
We also will have the chance to visit Kiln, Mississippi if you want to. It's a very short trip from New Orleans.
All right, we'll look at checking out the Broke Spoke while we're down there as well. And we look forward to you joining us throughout the entire season of the GBC podcast. Hey, there's a lot of summer ahead of us. We're very excited for December to roll around. We're very excited for all of the home games. As mentioned, the Lot 1 tailgate party will be up and running. Preseason games, gold package games, postseason games, rain, snow, it doesn't matter. The Lot 1 tailgate party is going to be there. I'm looking forward to making some playlists. The Halloween one, like I said, Neil, I'm probably going to put some country music together for that Houston game, right? I mean, Ella Langley has got to be on that playlist now, doesn't she?
Cannot be avoided, but you should have her on for every game.
Exactly. All right. So looking forward to the season. Final thoughts, gentlemen?
Our road trip is via plane this year to New Orleans, but really excited about the schedule. It's going to be challenging, and hopefully we can be talking about a Super Bowl berth and just the excitement of the season. It's middle of summer. We're not even in summer yet. You know what? We're getting there, kind of whet the appetite a little bit. Lots of football to come, but very excited and looking forward to this season with you guys.
I'm in the middle of one of the very best sports weeks and football weeks of my entire life. Arsenal clinched the Champions League title on Tuesday. I went to match the day before on Monday. We watched the title being lifted. It has been just pure ecstasy as far as Arsenal winning. Arsenal had not won a Premier League in 22 years. I've been an Arsenal fan for 20 years. And so there was this built-up tension with Arsenal fans. We've had so many false starts, so many things that have been close, and we haven't been able to push it over the line. This is something that sounds a lot like the tension that we have with the Green Bay Packers, and something that we also felt specifically in 1996. In fact, the 1996 Packers and winning the Super Bowl 31 is the only parallel I have to the excitement of what I experienced in London and New York this week, and what I'm hoping to continue this weekend. Super Bowl 31. We watched it with a group of friends, and then we all spilled into the streets of downtown Green Bay. Just pure ecstasy. It was a relief. It was pure joy. It was just one of these things where this is why you endure all of the things about sports that are bad. It's for these moments where everything is perfect, where all you feel is happiness for your fellow fans, for your friends, for all of your family members. And I've gotten to experience that this week with Arsenal. And this parallels again are similar. We were 26 or 27 years old when the Packers won Super Bowl 31. Their previous Super Bowl was 29 years before. None of us was born. We had this opportunity to really get that experience. And this joy that I am feeling right now with Arsenal is something that I want to feel again with the Packers winning it. And one of the things that I've done a lot in the last few weeks, and you can hear it in my voice, is I've been doing a lot of chanting. And I've told you before, one of the things I love about football is the chant. We've got a number of chants that are important. John, jersey numbers come into chants, for example. You'll fall in love, I know you will. On number 6 is the King of Brazil. And the other thing about chants is that they often draw on history. So one of the chants that we sing specifically is extolling the virtues of the coach and also previous championships. So we won the league at Anfield. We won it at the Lane twice. Stamford Bridge, Old Trafford. No one can say the same. Mikel Arteta's army. We're Arsenal through and through. We'll sing it in the North Bank and in the clock and two. Ole, ole, ole. Ole, ole, ole. Ole, ole, ole. Ole, ole, ole. But I love how that chant in particular brings past titles in with the current manager. So, John, where have the Green Bay Packers won NFL championships?
They've won in Dallas, New Orleans, Pasadena. I don't remember where Super Bowl II was.
Miami in the pre-Super Bowl championships.
Green Bay.
Twice.
New York.
3 times.
Cleveland, Baltimore.
Not Cleveland. That was in Lambeau Field, actually.
No, they had to have won in Baltimore.
There's not one in Baltimore, and we won in Milwaukee at the Dairy
Bowl. Hey, I did pretty well for that. You're surprising me on that one, Neil.
Unscripted.
So I'd like to propose a Packers version of that chant that I want us all to be singing at the end of the year. We won the Super Bowl in Dallas. We won it in LA, Miami, New Orleans. No one can say the same. Matt LaFleur's army, we're Green Bay through and through. We'll sing it in the North End and in the South End too. Ole, ole, ole. Ole, ole, ole. Ole, ole, ole. Ole, ole, ole. And notably, in this upcoming season, the next Super Bowl is in Los Angeles. So in the Arsenal version chant, we won at the Lane twice. So I want to add, we won it in LA twice after this season and finish with campeones, campeones, ole, ole, ole. We got a big season in front of us. We've got the possibility of winning a Super Bowl title again. Everything that Arsenal has done in the last week, the last season, the build-up to all of it has got me so excited about football. I want to see that same passion return to all Packers fans. Go Pack, go.
All right, and we need a post-edit there, Neil. First, change one of those Oles to Green Bay. Ole, ole, Green Bay. And you can work on that one later. In the meantime, we're going to remind Neil, this is the GBC podcast, not the COYG podcast. And we'll get that ready for next season. You can find the GBC podcast at Green Bay Chat. That is all one word. We are on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Blue Sky, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. And we're on Facebook at the GBC Podcast Green Bay Chat. And you can follow us on any and all of those social media platforms. May you fully appreciate the magnitude of your impending good fortune. Thanks for joining us, and go Pack, go.
Go Pack, go. Come on, Arsenal.
Good night.